Yep, we're live, boys. But
Come on.
I don't know how to like get rid of this.
Since you're offline.
Blue. I'm on Kick. Sending data. T2Darlantan YouTube says it's streaming. Let me see. Let me see. Multi-streaming with Restream.io. That's not what I'm supposed to say.
Yeah, I see you on YouTube, but not on Kick.
Church services and religion. What the fuck? Update all titles. There we go. We got the right name now. Kick
Still say you're on Kick?
Yeah.
You're still offline.
I'm watching it on YouTube. And
yeah, I don't see it on Kick though. I do see it on YouTube though.
Let's see here. Channel. Oh yeah, it's on Kick. Quality's not very good. Jeez. But you can't even read.
Do you have a link to your Kick?
Kick.com/T2Darlantan.
T2Darlantan.
Why is the...
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see it now.
How do I get rid of this thing? Restream channels. Okay, there we go. Let's pull this up a little bit. And then, camera down here. Why is quality so bad? How do I fix that?
Quality looks fine on YouTube.
Resolution's match, no downscaling. Yeah, I just don't have the settings turned up. Can I do something? They play, nothing's happening.
Interesting. It's not playing.
Channel's currently offline. Why? Shouldn't be. There it is. Okay. Let's try the game capture now. That's just an unloading thing. Currently offline. Well, this is trash, guys.
I've seen your playback on Kick. It looked fine.
Yeah.
Oh, right now it resolved.
You gotta keep going.
And it keeps like disconnecting and reconnecting. I want some of that. How can I see the chat? Kick. Doing some hacking, boys. Accept blah 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 blah. Yep, this computer over here says I'm offline. What the hell?
Yeah.
What the fuck you say to me? I'll piss off all the Chinese people real quick. Like
Chinaman.
somebody.
Tori Hanzo.
Hattori Hanzo. Well, come on.
There's a quick video.
Videos. Broadcast. 9
Music
seconds,
stuff,
21
maybe.
seconds, 9 seconds. Browse.
Why does it do it for 9 seconds?
Restream.io sucks, maybe?
Oh, there's one for 1 minute.
What stream key is in your OBS? The one from Restream.io?
I think so.
What if you just do kick?
Then I won't be able to stream to YouTube.
Then we'll force the YouTubers to come to kick, and then you'll make the moolah.
How? How are they going to see it? They're all on YouTube.
You'll post a little short saying, "Hey guys, how's it going? I'm gonna be streaming on Kick in about 5 minutes. Get on over."
It's showing like 3 minutes on Restream. Upgrade to remove the branding. So does it say? Does you see Restream on there? The top right corner. I don't see it.
On YouTube?
Or either one.
I don't see it on YouTube.
This is weird. One computer I can see the stream, other computer I can't see the stream. Makes no sense. I'm just gonna play games. Fuck off. If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. Ooh, fishing item. So, I don't know why you get multiple of these things. I got 4 different ones. 10 chains. Quantity. Once I do this one, I can't do the other ones. I mean, I can watch it on this computer, but I can't watch it on this computer, so I don't know what to do with this.
What does that mean?
There's no words on it. Yeah, you can see them, but you can't trade with them. They can take your mobs too, so you're like kind of playing with them against them. They're all competing for the same.
I mean, you can talk to them too, but you can't group with them, right?
Yeah.
So you can't group with people on your own, or
Hardcore people I can. Plus you can do instances multiple times. I just never have because it's dangerous.
yeah. Why is Kick being a bastard?
Maybe it's because I'm uploading that YouTube video. I don't have the bandwidth right now.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah. I don't know, in that video I seen something about like your stream destination. Did you have both destinations toggled on?
Yeah, you get to add 2 channels. That's what I did.
The guy asked if you're only playing hardcore.
Pretty much till that. What's that other? That new PoE that comes out.
Ascension.
Yeah, you probably
Yeah,
might play that when it comes out.
Oh,
Is the Beepa gonna be classic vanilla or is it gonna be Burning Crusade? If it's Burning Crusade, that might be even
I think
better.
it's Wrath Client, but it's gonna be starting off like PVC. I mean, original classic. It's gonna feel different though since it's Wrath.
Never played Wrath, so I don't know if it's good or not. What's the one with Next
Yeah,
Ramus?
it just feels better.
Next Ramus is just TBC, right? Or before TBC?
Nax was in Wrath too. That was the first raid in Wrath. The story behind that was in original classic you killed KT and you got the urn or whatever and you turned it in for the quest, and like that guy didn't give it to the right person, so we had to fight him again. And,
Well, like, I remember the
first
Next Ramus event happening, and I didn't have Wrath of the Lich King. Where it had all those circles. where you
yeah,
had to-
that was just a pre-patch.
Oh.
Yeah, I think back in the day, like you didn't even have to buy the expansion. You just play and you'd just be locked at level 70, and you could still play like
Oh, I just didn't have
some
access
of
to
Wrath.
that
Just you
content.
couldn't go to the Wrath of the Lich King out area, Northern or whatever. It would like teleport you away or something. Or just tell you couldn't get.
oh.
I remember that was a big problem in like original classic. Like all the old people that I was playing with didn't want to switch to PC. Because they had so much in their original characters. They didn't
Yeah.
have to like level and stuff again.
But isn't that half the fun? Because usually by that point you'd be like, you would have had the top gear.
Yeah, I
to
guess
go on.
it was like different. Like this was like different. I guess.
They're stuck in the past.
I guess like they're like used to like the game just like upgrading along with like the same level cap. I guess maybe.
Yeah. I still had my classic guy at 60. I never played. Because I stopped playing before Burning Crusade came out.
Yeah.
I I wanted to, but I was too busy. Is it?
Yeah.
Gonna be like,
I was telling
Or
Mom about Austin and Peppa Chow today. She's like, "You got weird friends." I was like, "Yeah, like Dad's knife dealer." She's like, "Oh, well, Fabian's pretty big."
what else did she say? Did you call me Peppa Chow?
So random. No, I just said I was talking about the McDonald's thing. And I said he's a Mormon guy, Mormon priest from Finland, but he's not in charge of the church. It's different up there or something like that.
I'm not Mormon. Why did you say that?
Wait, you're not Mormon?
That Suka is the Suka is the Mormon priest. I went to the Mormon church that one day. I drove to the Mormon church.
Wait, who's your one always streaming in the car? That's you, right?
Me. That's me. But I just had because.
Didn't you just
Suka
link us
was
your order of Melchizedek yesterday?
No. That was him.
Sue?
That was Sue the whole time. Yeah, that was him the whole time. That's why I went to the Mormon church in the car because he was on, and I said, "Do you want to see the Mormon church in Finland?" But that could have been confusing.
Ah, okay, yeah, that's what it was.
Can't believe you thought I was Mormon this whole time.
My mom was.
Yeah, go tell her. Call her.
Because my mom was Mormon, raised Mormon. Just like he probably raised it like I was.
So then she probably likes me.
Like my grandma had on her like magic underwear when she died.
So then she made it. She got her own planet then, because if you wear those when you die, you're guaranteed to have your own planet. I think.
Sure, I bet she did.
It's pretty rude.
It is, and she's worked on that planet for a while. She's been dead for a while, so then you get to move into her planet. You don't get your own planet because you're not.
What the fuck?
You
gotta go to my grandma's planet.
But it's probably nice. It has like rose bushes. Like every yard is like well kept, like grandma's style.
Good.
There's just full of 50s diners and.
We should get the bake on
peanut
that.
butter fudge.
Good food.
Falls fells, maybe you get left the planet.
No GMOs. I'd rather, when I die, move to someone else's planet. Like, I don't want to take care of a whole planet. I just want to chill.
I need to show my mom and dad that picture of the JPL Laboratories scan with my picture in NASA. Holy shit. You think I'm going to get arrested by the FBI or something?
Federales.
They don't understand like websites or
Like this
proper-
card. There's probably an FBI agent in here right now.
Oh,
Could be. You never know. Resident FBI.
We gotta go back to Skype. Then we just get spied on by the Chinese government instead.
We go on Skype and we accidentally bump into ISIS. That's probably what they're using. But that's a real thing that they use, like all these random online games to communicate, all these shitty RPGs. Because who's gonna be like mining that chat data? Nobody.
It's like a terrorist group on RuneScape.
Yeah, if you just both go into the wilderness, like some far corner in a low populated world, you could just talk in like normal chat.
Oh, sick.
But they probably do monitor that chat, like with keywords and stuff. But you could go in and be like, yo, it's happening tomorrow at 2. Go to the bridge. Like, no one would know what that is. It kind of sucks that Ice couldn't get into the Taj Mahal. And those other guys did. He was stopped by security, and they were like looking at his streaming rig, and they're like, "No hard drive."
You ever seen the video of that woman that's like at the Great Pyramid? No, it was like one of the Mexican pyramids. Tenochtitlan or Chichen Itza or something like that, and she like climbs the top of it. Everybody gets super pissed. Like, what do y'all think about that? I kind of feel like if you build a tower like that, it's meant to be climbed on. Because if you're bragging about, oh, look how it's withstood the test of time, if you're not letting people use it, of course it's going to withstand the test of time. People should be able to climb on it, I feel like.
Yeah, I think it's because they've had tourists for so long, and like tens of thousands of people per whatever day or week. They just get sick of the tourist culture like that.
Entitled
Like obviously
American.
it's not gonna hurt it for someone to go up there, but if 10 million people a year run up and down the stairs, then
But it's stairs.
that's why the
stairs are meant to be climbed on.
But the pyramid looks like shit because of people climbing it.
Then it's not something to be revered. If it can't do its primary function, then let's stop acting like it's a big deal.
But maybe the pyramid wasn't meant to be climbed. Maybe it was like some big ladder.
Then why would you make stairs?
They just look like stairs.
Yeah, but the pyramid, that's not even the pyramid, right? Like, it used to be covered in limestone that made the edges, like, flat. Like, there's no visible stairs. It used to be, like...
Chichen Itza's a pyramid, but it's got stairs that you go up and you sacrifice people in their blood.
Yeah, I know. That one has stairs, and the whole point is, like, it has an echo when you're at the bottom and you clap. It sounds like someone's calling back to you or something. But I guess they just want to keep it pristine. I don't know.
I mean, we've got enough... We've studied it enough
probably
that
just a big dumb
if something
mistake.
happens to it, that we're not going to lose any data. If anything, it'll
Have you ever been...
help us look inside of it, so we wrote it more.
Have you ever seen the stairs in like these European cathedrals and stuff that have been worn from like rocky?
Oh, yeah.
So
That's how like our middle school was. Like it's a super old school, and like the ground was made out of like.
You're like hippies walked through
old
here
stone.
with their hands and touched it. It's like
It was a HBU middle school.
yeah, I sent it on Discord. Like, I remember going to some place like some old church that had stairs that looked like.
when I went to middle school or high school, middle school, whatever, it was like they were building a new one. And in the meantime, they put us in the old high school that had been closed down for a while, and they reopened it temporarily. And it was one where my mom and dad went, so you could see like their pictures and shit on the wall. Old like 70s classes and stuff. They had like smoking, like a, what do you call it, like a breezeway outside for like smokers, because it was in the 70s. Yeah, that's what the kids smoke.
Nice, they had a spot.
Yeah, that's how it was at my mom's middle school, or in the high school I went to. You just go smoke out in the middle of it with the teachers and stuff. Honestly, there was a teacher at my school that would let kids smoke in the classroom.
In the classroom?
Yeah, well, they would smoke like outside the door. You would smoke with them.
What the fuck?
Nicotine helps you study, right?
Nicotine's a nootropic.
A lot of writers like Stephen King smoke because it helps them write.
What if you had to write a book? What genre would you write? If you had to, like, someone put a gun to your head and say, "You have to write a book now."
I mean, I've got a pretty good outline already for like a murder mystery, kind of like Dexter.
Very nice. Very nice.
I also got like a fantasy idea, but
That's what you need to do. Start working on that more, and then you can self-publish it at Amazon. I want to get the T2 paperback. That'll be sick. Because you can do the print on demand, and it doesn't cost you anything. It's just like everything goes through Amazon. They print it and said, like, people do that with ebooks all the time. Like all these random YouTubers. So write like some bullshit self-help book that do print on demand. Then you get like a physical copy for 20-some bucks.
oh, you mean there's like Kindle, most of it. Most of your sales through Kindle.
Yeah, you can Kindle it, but you can, like, any Kindle book you can like order as like print on demand too, even if it never was released on.
Oh, you don't have like a bunch of extra copies that didn't sell.
Yeah. Yeah, back in the day, you'd have to get like a publisher, and then you had to order like 20,000 books, and, like, get someone to like put money down. That would be. I would read that book like a murder mystery. That's like a nice premise.
It's kind of based on my real life of being bullied in school too, so that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, like a biography murder mystery. T2 goes on a shooting spree.
If you want to, like, I'll tell you like the premise of why it's so good. He's not a murderer. He catches people and he like cuts off body parts and he keeps them alive and he turns them loose and they have to like deal with the consequences of their actions while being alive. So like in high school, I was bullied by this guy on the baseball team, right? So he would like be just about to start his career with like a professional baseball team, and the guy kidnaps him, cuts off his pitching hand, and then lets him go. And then the cops are like, "Well, he didn't kill anybody. We can't really charge him with murder if we do catch him." And they don't know how to catch him because then he'll start killing people that aren't related at all to the guy.
Yeah, that's smart because they can only like the cops will be like, well, like he only took out your arm. Like we don't have that much resources for like.
And then like he'll kill a random guy that's not connected, so they can't make a connection. And then at the end, he catches like one of the police officers that's looking for him. Cuts both their arms and legs off, but he keeps them alive. And he has them like hanging in front of a doorway. So when they bust in the doorway, they see it and they freak out, and then they shoot him. So then they become the murderers.
It's good.
It's like that movie Seven.
Now that you've read so many books, like, is it like, are you seeing like a writing style that you can do because you've read so much? Is there like a way of writing that you like? Is it like something that you learn from reading? Like how to like.
I've been thinking about, you know how like in anime they'll have different characters have their strengths and weaknesses, and it's all like a circular chart, like a radial diagram.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about doing that for different writers because like Joe Abercrombie's really good with characters and dialogue, but he sucks. He has like no plot, no story, world building kind of stuff. He doesn't even have a map in his books, so he would be like all one-sided. And you got like George R.R. Martin. He's got like great dialogue, great characters, great setting, world building is great. Like everything is great. He's like more well-rounded.
Yeah.
A lot of them have pretty much the same kind of style, though. Except for Stephen King. He always does that thing where he'll get inside a character's head and you'll hear like what they're thinking.
Yeah. I have a Stephen King book here that I haven't read. Where is it?
Have you ever seen like some of the weird Stephen King movies that are like shit?
Like In the Tall Grass, I watched that one.
That's like some bad Hallmark one. I have no clue like what the names are. I know I've seen like a lot of them. At the end of them, it's like based off a Stephen King novel. Or I'd like sit there and like watch like those shitty horror movies, and then like what you call it, the Twilight Zone. Play like Burning Crusade and Wrath of the Lich King. Or Stargate. Stargate was always a good one.
Oh yeah.
I really kind of miss Stargate. I never got to watch Star Trek, man, but
Me neither.
Stargate was a good one.
I kind of regret not watching Star Trek because you missed so many like pop culture references.
Yeah, damn. I thought there was
Yeah,
going
no.
up.
Like people my age never seen like RoboCop and Stargate and all that fucking dumb shit.
Why not?
I don't know. It's kind of like too old, honestly. It's like 80s, 70s, right?
Oh, yeah. So they're too young. They weren't exposed to it, but I was exposed to all that because you only had so many movies. Like,
Yeah, there's only so much stuff on TV. I had Dish Network though, so I had like a little bit more than normal cable.
We had the old satellite dish that actually had to like move around satellites. And
We didn't have one
like,
that moved, but it was just like a stationary
they had the
one.
Playboy
I remember,
channel.
Like,
Like,
had it moved.
and the,
Yeah, we had the Playboy channel.
the
too,
first
shit.
5 channels, it was like channel 2 was like Disney and 4 was Playboy, like right next to each other.
Yeah, it's like below the basic ones.
Whenever your parents woke up wanting to put on the news, it was just automatically left on the Playboy channel. Oh, what's going on here?
Maybe it was a Spice channel, but it was like all encrypted. You couldn't see anything.
Oh really? Well, the Playboy channel
Yeah.
was just like, it was like really like soft core. Like they wouldn't even show like insertion or anything.
Just do a lot of grinding, not actually getting anywhere.
Oh yeah, it's just like a lot of weird scenes of like some dude just like banging out a girl, and you don't see like anything besides their tits. There's
That's
no
back
like
in
cum
modern day.
shots. Yeah, there's no cum shots.
There's
no
no
insertion. No like full on vaginal. No butthole or anything like
Let alone butthole stuff.
Okay.
that. It's like
no
super
rimming.
soft core. But it'd always be like those popular girls from back in the day, like Jenna
James.
or whatever. But, yeah. You don't just sit there and watch some nice sensual softcore Playboy channel. that shit was designed for like young kids. Holy shit. It's like so lame.
Yeah, I guess I like riddles. It's probably gonna be something bad.
We were going over to my uncle's house and seeing the big old pile of Playboys in the pool room, cigars and all liquor.
He would have parties in there by himself. Fucking cigars, liquor.
He turned the garage into like a little casino with a bar. Just like a place
You
to
just
chill and
gamble it.
watch
You
sports.
just gamble and jerk off.
My mom would be like, "Don't go over there." It's like in the corner, it's like a huge pile of Playboys.
You wanna see this guy's riddle? He has the
Is it in
eyes,
your
hiss,
chat?
and fangs of a snake, but he has no scales or venom. They call him the king. He's not a snake, so he's not like a king cobra.
Oh, the King Cobra guy?
What has snake venom and eyes?
It makes me
Hisses.
makes me feel like a little girl.
Ooh. Radiator King. It hisses.
I mean, technically, it could be like the troll from her car, right? There you go.
Doesn't have venom though.
Well, yeah, I mean, he venom shit. A car. In his snake form now, or whatever serpent form.
Oh, this.
Oh, he says it's not a wild thing. I love my mouth.
What's not a wild thing? Riddles.
Yeah, it's a riddle. They call me the king.
Call
I
me.
have the eyes, hiss, and fangs of a snake, but have no scales or venom.
Call me the king.
Called Elvis.
Is it Hillary Clinton?
Joe Biden?
Yeah, I don't think politicians now.
Both of us just went there right away.
What would hiss like a snake? That don't make sense.
Michael Jackson? The king of pop?
Sounds like it's an animal or a
In-
thing. It's not like a person.
Oh. A lion?
They have venom.
Oh. No scales or venom. So no
Oh,
venom.
Madagascar
So just
hissing cockroach. No, wait, they don't call it king though.
Eyes hissing and fangs. Oh, the snake has the sideways eyes, right? Like the weirdo eyes.
Yeah.
The Malouk guy.
Dragon? They have scales though.
Yes, it's not an alligator. What hisses? Raccoons?
A lot of things
Was-
hiss. Cats hiss. Possums
It's
hiss.
not a king. give you a hint if you want
The
one.
Trash King.
It does have an answer, right?
Yeah,
Not just fucking with us.
It's the open-ended question.
it's just a cycle.
Would it be cool if there was something like this? No.
I don't know, but it's in my dreams.
Ponder for
Pretty
life.
cool.
You would find it in the jungle.
We're probably close. The
Okay.
jungle. King B? No. Savannah.
Vietnamese people.
Is it a durable?
You can see them hissing.
Is
King
it
of the
a-
jungle is a lion, right?
Is it a
They
tiger?
don't have venom. They don't hiss.
I said a lion. Yeah.
What the fuck? How does a lion hiss like have snake eyes or venom? What are you talking about?
Well, yeah, lions do kind of roar, typically. But, I mean, I guess they could hiss as well.
Yeah, I said king of the jungle lion, but maybe.
I don't see how a lion is anything like a snake, though.
They do have fangs. I don't know about
How?
the
Yeah, how?
eyes.
Yeah, the eyes have nothing to do with the friggin' snake. Next riddle.
The dang old lion venom.
Oh, wait, yeah. Oh, no, he says no scales over.
But then the eyes.
Oh, so there's
They
no
do
venom.
have. They got like dot eyes, lions.
What has a golden head and a golden tail, but no body?
Golden head and a golden tail, a golden coin.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It's a coin. That's very good to do, huh? That was a speed run. I feel like that would have taken me way long.
Once you realize
Name
most
me.
riddles are just plays on words, then you just think about different
What's
contexts.
this one? Name me, and ye shall break me. A secret?
Ah, got him.
I don't know if it is though. Is it? Is it not secret?
I bet it is.
He hasn't said anything. Oh yeah, the stream's behind. I forget. Well, if you just say secret, it's not really breaking it.
Promise?
That's what I was thinking, but is it breaking a promise if you name it? Like if you promise someone you're going to the cottage and you say, we're going to the cottage, are you breaking a promise?
Yeah, I guess so.
But what's another word for secret? Like silence? Like a vow of silence?
Oh, yeah.
It was silent. There's another one. He asked when you're gonna write the book.
I don't know, man. This is lazy.
You gotta dedicate like 20 minutes every day to work on it.
Once you're writing a book, you're not doing anything else that you like to do. That's the problem.
You could
You
be
have
a
to give up
part-time
stuff to
lover.
do other stuff.
You could write a knife book, Mike.
What is it?
You could write a knife book.
Yeah, let me get ChatGPT right on
See, yeah, T2, you can use ChatGPT to like do like the rough outlines, and you just feed it like.
Oh, you guys would
detail
love the
and-
fantasy book if I ever get it right. It's
there.
about these
like,
three guys.
I was having ChatGPT make like RuneScape quests and mock quests, like make a full-on quest.
Yeah, imagine how easy it would be to be like a solo game developer now if you're doing like making like a little RPG. You can just like quickly generate so much like lore. Because you can give it a lot of detail. You can say like this is like the premise, like these are the like attributes this like race has and whatever. These are the names of the cities. Okay, now come up with history for all of them for 1,000 years.
Yeah, I'm better at coming up with like huge concepts, not actually doing the work of like writing all the stuff out.
Yeah, that's why you should try. Yeah.
There you go,
That's
posted
all. I
it.
just need to sell my ideas to somebody that actually wants to be a writer
like
and like spend
Create a
time
new
writing.
WoW quest in the Night Elf starting area. That's what he did to me.
Yeah.
My fantasy idea is about these three guys that are kind of legendary. They kind of are known for like being unable to be killed. But then when you find out what their trick is, it's like actually it's easy to kill them, but you just got to know what to do. It's pretty simple.
This guy
Well, actually, it's
This
not.
guy says he's writing his own Dungeons and Dragons book based on the Dungeons and Dragons game. He says he does audio notes and then he transfers it to paper after audio recording.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people do that.
We're having Dungeons and Dragons at my local library tomorrow or the next day. I can't remember, but it's like you have to be
You should just
12 to 18. You can't even be an adult.
You should go scurry around. And
It's
see what's-
a need like somebody to GM, but I think they also have to be like under 18.
They don't have a GM?
Because they have to volunteer.
I wonder if anyone volunteered.
What if I could go
Probably.
watch?
But you can play. If you're a player, you don't need to know anything. You just get guided by the Dungeon Master, whatever. What's it called? Dungeon Master?
Yeah, DM.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you just play along, you roll the dice, and then he's like, fuck them. You
Yeah,
missed.
you can just buy like a starter kit, and you can just play the starter kit. You don't really need a dungeon master. It's just like a predetermined story. You just play through with your friends.
We could play it on Discord. Very lovely.
Yeah, a lot of people do play that. It was like
Do
a
they?
new like 5th edition thing. Yeah.
You can play it on the internet?
Yeah, you can play it like a ton of ways. There's like websites,
He-
and then there's like that
Yeah,
one
he
like
said-
tabletop simulator game.
He said you can play it online, which a lot of people do, including myself. Zula could be the Dungeon Master for Discord Dungeons and Dragons. That'd be sick.
Just have the AI be our dungeon master.
Just making us do gay shit. Like now the knife elf is pulling down the gnome's pants. Like
It's getting
what?
oddly homoerotic here.
Roll the dice to see how many strokes. Are you a dungeon master, Zulu? Because you're saying based on my D&D game, so does that mean you run a game? It must, right? Have you played, Mike, ever?
I've just watched like these porn stars play before back in the day, and then like some other people play. Remember on the Escapist magazine? You know that website?
That's the least gay thing you can do with Dungeons and Dragons, is have porn stars play.
There's an Escapist magazine like show, like web series back in the day. It was like these porn stars was playing.
I remember watching Freaks and Geeks, and they played that.
I think what's her name was on there like back in the days. She's like kind of famous again now.
Barmaid. Remember that Rory
Sasha
Car
Grey.
guy?
Sasha Grey was playing on that series.
He's
got her on
big during
YouTube
that
account now.
Entourage time.
She makes YouTube videos
She
now.
was a
Have y'all seen
She's a dirty girl.
that? What's the guy? The Chinese guy who used to work for Blizzard. He's got his own YouTube channel now. He's like doing game developer tips and stuff.
no.
Wyatt Chang or whatever.
No.
The chain?
Well, the other guy that like to design like the talent system and everything else, like all the startings and stuff. I can't think of his name.
There's some cool behind the scenes WoW classic shit. I haven't watched all of it, but I've seen some cool things. Like the original developer. I think there's a book that's like pretty popular, isn't there? About how they made World War.
Yeah, I just had this really good
Someone-
idea yesterday. I can't remember what it was. I know it was about you take some like modern movie concept and you just put it in a fantasy world and it makes it amazing.
Oh. You could probably do that with ChatGPT, like write like a fantasy version of Fast and the Furious with horses. What would be a good fantasy modern movie like mix?
Modern movie.
Yeah,
with
It was just like a
fantasy.
simple concept, like Taken or something.
What?
You know, like
what's
somebody
the-
gets kidnapped and the dad has to go after him. That would be like a great fantasy concept.
Yeah, that'd be fun. You do that with, like literally everything. That'd be fun
Something
Yeah.
similar to that, I think.
Yeah, Taken would be good in a fantasy setting. You could do that with any setting.
though.
Because you could have them in like a medieval castle, like the basement, the kidnapper.
I have a particular set of skills. One's a fireball level 3.
That's the guy who like developed like a lot of the classic WoW, Kevin Jordan.
Jordan Kevin.
It's his YouTube channel. Yeah, Staff of Jordan, you know? It's him.
He's playing a dating sim. He went from creating the best game to playing a dating sim off YouTube with 600 views.
Well, look at that latest Wyatt Chang video. It's like,
He goes into like some serious like game dev design and stuff. He's pretty funny though. He'll like listen to people talk about like how good like WoW Classic like skill tree design is and stuff, and he'll be like, please
just-
tell me more, and they don't even realize he designed it. Yeah.
oh, man, he's got like, it's hard to find this channel. You gotta like search for Candle Sand is his name. Can
Candle
AI
Sand.
code Flappy Bird? Watch ChatGPT try. And he made like a sci-fi version of Vampire Survivors, and he acts like he's proud of it. Like, shouldn't he be like way beyond some kind of game like that?
But Vampire Survivors, I just downloaded it yesterday. Because that guy, Thick Kid, was talking about it, that it's like his favorite game, so maybe it is.
They kind of look like just basic geometric shapes, like an asteroid or something. Like, this is Wyatt Chang. He was like top of Blizzard. You can't fucking make a better game than that. I guess that's all
Maybe it's
games. Like, you just
brutal.
make like a basic outline of a game, and then they get all the artists and everybody to make all the models so it looks good afterwards. What are these items here?
Oh, this. Oh, it's
Oh, they have all the bindings in this game are so gay. What the fuck? Get rid of all the chrome shit then, I guess. Fuck it. I like that new lightsaber they had. The black one? Or you have like a white one? Yeah.
Did you ever buy one of those, like a craft chest set?
It'd be a big W shape. White power.
No, I'm talking about T2.
Oh, just makes sounds.
I don't know. He like craft chest was like buying these lightsabers for a while. They're like $200 or something. They're like kind of nice.
No, I can't buy nothing like that.
Yeah.
It's just a huge waste of money.
Yeah.
Maybe if I got super into the Star Wars books or something. Just never been a Star Wars fan.
Yeah, me neither. Only kind of like it, just because it's kind of like it's a cool premise, like it happened a long time ago or whatever.
I mean, if you're doing space travel and you're still having the same political problems we have today on one planet, how?
Yeah.
What kind of
Well, that's
are
why
they
people don't
that
like
are
those
space
ones.
travel?
Like,
You got access to infinite amount of planets, and you're all fighting over like a couple. Like, why is there a resource problem here? I was watching this video of this guy making like world building video, like mistakes world builders make. And he's like, he had this idea for this world where there's these giant, kind of like thousand needles, you know, sticks up out of the ground, and you have these massive condensed cities on top of these spires. You have these pilots that fly around the spires and these dogfights, like this fantasy world. He's like, that's a pretty cool idea. And he starts thinking about like, well, how are they going to have crops to like eat on? And I was thinking, yeah, how you going to have like a runway for these planes? Like, there's just, it doesn't work. It's a cool idea. And there's supposed to be like a mist with a bunch of monsters like on the bottom of all the spires. Like, how would they have evolved to like create planes if they're like stuck on the top of these spires? Or were they getting the building materials to make the cities? Like, it doesn't work.
yeah, it'd have to be like
It's kind of why I think Star Wars don't work.
a spore, like swampy environment, like its own like biome thing. It wouldn't look like Thousand Needles.
If you create like a crazy world, you gotta figure out how everything evolved in that world too.
Yeah, like Morrowind, kind of.
Like Dune's a good example because they've evolved to like
I
overcome
never
the
watched
desert.
Dune.
They learned their little sand dance
Read
walk
it for its
technique.
book, right? You read Dune? It's a book, right? Or no?
I read the first one, I haven't read all the second one. Passed out.
Did you watch the show? Was it any good?
I thought it was pretty good.
Or is it a movie? Is it a movie or a show?
Well, it's got that Timothy Chalamet guy. I don't know if everybody likes Timothy Chalamet. He's kind of a stuck-up little brat. This magician book I'm reading is pretty good, but it's not what I expected. I'm already past the magician apprentice. I'm on the magician master now. The magician still hasn't really learned anything. The wizard's not.
So based
teaching
off the
him
movie
anything.
or no?
What movie?
There's like an Edward Norton movie or something like that.
What's it called?
I think it's called The Magician.
No, there's also a TV series based on the other magician books.
Oh, it's called Illusionist.
No, that's not it. This is regular sci-fi or fantasy. It's actually fantasy sci-fi. It's actually like the world is like a fantasy world, but there's these. It's the Rift War cycle is about like these portals appear and these other fantasy characters from other worlds like are invading. So it's kind of like sci-fi fantasy. So in the original world, there's like elves and dwarves and humans, trolls, and then like the humans and the dwarves and goblins came from another planet. I think originally, I figured out in the history. Start talking about like kind of in the old days before such and such war happened or whatever. But then in the Rift, there's these people that are like, I think they're just humans, but they're short. And they have kind of like Japanese sounding names, but they're not Japanese. And they're like very warlike, and they have all this code of honor and like politics and shit. And they have animals that are all like six-legged animals. Like they don't have horses. They don't know what horses are. They gotta learn how to ride horses. But they have like, these things are like centaurs that they fight every year. It's pretty dope. It's a cool scene where they have this big siege, you know, and the humans are like, what are they doing? This guy like walks up to the front door and he like sticks his axe in the door, and he's like, oh, I think I know what they're doing. They have like a code of honor, or whatever. They're like, whoever has the balls to like come up to their door and like taunt the enemy. So he's like, he shot an arrow between the guy's legs. He knew he can't kill him because that would enrage him. They would consider it like dishonorable. So he like tried to humiliate him. So then, I forgot what the bad guy did, but then he like got a Fletcher's arrow, like you would hunt birds with a blunt tip, and he hits him in the guts, and that makes him vomit, just to like humiliate him.
Sounds pretty Japanese.
You have a new honor. Struggle.
There it is. I was waiting for this guy to upload a video. McDoubles guy, you hate it? His voice. So he's doing these wild private server videos. This is this other private server that Mr. Rogers was talking about. It's called Duskhaven. Vanilla Plus server.
Struggle or strango. You're making my flash charges not regenerating fast enough. I see what's happening here. Can change? Yes. Gloves would be nice. Faster casting damage over 10. Feels fresh to big life. Very nice. I think dinosaurs are cool as fuck. Disgusting. That was one of us. Like at work sometimes, somebody like shits on the toilet seat. I know it was one of us.
Gross.
Some pretty sweet loots. Probably gonna get disconnected and lose my map. You know? Oh. Not really. I think I would have. I gotta work tonight, so I'm not drinking anything. It's not like it would matter. I don't think I've ever gotten like truly drunk drinking anything, really, except that rum. Pretty lightheaded. It feels like a waste of money. Just drinking shit that don't taste good. You don't really get any benefit of it. Maybe it loosens me up a little. I don't know. Thought it would make playing games harder, but I feel like the skills are the same when I'm drinking. Matter of fact, I'm probably okay to drive. Just don't get drunk and drive. That's probably how it happens. Get overconfident. Four incursions remaining. Alright. So this will go one more on the lightning, and then we'll go on to this one. Then we'll go to tier 3 lightning. I don't know why I want that. What's that door? Can I move? Getting slowed somehow. Oh, finally, a divine vessel. Jeebus, it's been so long. I have to really pick which skill I want. Another stolen passage, please. What was that? I dropped one? Son of a bitch. What is this thing? What? grasping maw. Isn't he like the boss or something? Brrr. He dead now. Tainted stuff. Cool. So that's how that works. Definition cards. So I don't know if how this works. Like, if I'm doing a map that has the main boss dies, then I fight the other guy, the other boss. Does that mean any kind of boss mods like this aren't going to affect me? I'm gonna try it. Take a big chance here. Her damage is pretty much crazy damage anyway. I don't know if she gets this buff. Fuck. What house? Elimination cards have a chance to be duplicated. Nearby enemies. What is this thing? Is this the nearby enemies thing? Just showing like how close they can be? What's going on? What's going on? Woo! Shit, I'm taking some huge damage. Feel the might of the searing exarch. I ain't kidding around. We're doing some serious swippy swipe damage. Get out of there! Okay. That boss. This will definitely tell us if it works or not, because we'll see the consecrated ground if the boss hits me, which I don't know if she even does attack, but she just casts spells. God damn. made this map significantly harder. Need to be able to pick something up. Fucking hell, dude. Get out of here. Treasury. I mean, yeah, I guess I could level 3 it and then. These guys get extra damage too? Oh, I feel like they do. I feel like they do. No, maybe not. It doesn't seem too bad. Where's the ghost again? Where you hiding? Where you hiding? I already killed him. There he is. I need you to appear. Fucked off. Fucked right off. Okay, where is this boss room at? Let's go bottom top. I've got the thing, the aura around me, so I think they will do extra damage. Okay. Fuck is the boss room at, dude? I need to go back to town. I want to fight the boss once. I'm probably gonna die on it. Okay. Oh shit, you actually gotta fight the boss? Oh yeah, that's right. Circle around back. Even the butt. Okay, 2 times the feast. Oh wait, I'm thinking of Fiend. Fiend would have been a good one to get. Here we go. Still got my debuffs. Okay. Yee. Oh, no deaths. other thing. What was that? I'll be right back. Do our crucible. I guess that's all I need from here. What were these? 83. I know what would be good, guys. Jewelry. Carnal scepter could be good. Do you want damage pen? Chance to freeze. Mr. Blind. Meh. I don't think that's too valuable. Tujin. Rare weapon, rare weapon. That I'm gonna pick up. Yeah. I'll get that. Got two more and there's like no more skeletons. Ugh.
So is that dude having a breakdown in the Discord or something?
I guess.
Dude, Wings better knock out Boogie also. 100%.
I think I'd rather see Wings being knocked out. It'd be funnier.
No way. Because if he knocks him out, you know he'll go on PK again. You know that they'll have him on. That's all I want. I just want Wings back on PK.
think if he loses, it'd be funnier being on PK. Oh, he won't go though.
Yeah, no, he'll never do anything. If he loses, I bet you he won't stream or do anything for like months. Like I think that would finally break his soul.
He is way too like into his feelings and shit.
Yeah. Well, dude, he's like a, I don't know, I've been watching PK since like the first couple episodes. I used to watch all those dudes back in the day. He's like a mama's boy, like for real. His mom still, and like to this day, does everything for him. And now his wife does. Like he doesn't know how to be a regular human. Like instead of paying his mortgage on his trailer, he gave his mom money all these years, and then she would just pay it for him. He doesn't, he's not like a full, well-rounded human. It's like, I don't know, it's kind of weird.
Dependencies.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, he like can't do anything himself. Yeah, he's like a codependent person. He honestly though, in the fucking weigh-ins, he looks, even though he's a super fat guy, he still looks like I don't know, fit.
Like a butterbean, maybe?
I don't know. He still looks like a capable person. Boogie looks like a melted marshmallow.
Yeah.
If Wings lost like 200 pounds, he would just be a really big dude. Dude, I hope Wings fucking knocks him out. In like the first 2 seconds. I hope it's fantastic. I hope it's like an illegal punch too or something.
You can't get to the balls, so
I want to
it's
see
not really an
like
option.
foot stomp him straight to uppercut. And then just walk away. I mean, where do you even watch it? Like, I'm not gonna fucking pay for it. Like, I assume I'll just
Pay-per-view, I
watch, like,
guess.
I think I'm just gonna watch like the highlights the next day on YouTube or something. Or I'm sure it's gonna be on like Twitch or Kick or something.
Or it'll be out somewhere.
Second Doom trailer posted out the Discord yesterday. That looks sick. Well, apparently they said they're not going to add rankings to Diablo 4 until Season 3.
Rankings.
Yeah, you know, like there's like ladder rankings, like first to 99, most XP, that kind of stuff on D2. Apparently they're not going to add any of that
What?
until Season 3, which I don't know how they know it's already going to take until Season 3 to do that. Like, I don't really
It
understand.
still seems like a dumb idea. Like, the whole purpose of the first thing is like see who figured it out the fastest.
Yeah.
If
Well, it's the same thing
everybody's figured it out.
D2R did. It was out for 2-3 months before they did the first ladder.
I mean, I don't think it's going to be a complicated game. It'll be hard to figure out. Diablo 2, 3 was. But
I think they already put out patch notes. People were talking about they already nerfed a bunch of the builds that were really good in the beta. I was watching some YouTube video about it. The Hydra build, apparently they like completely nerfed that. And one of the Blood Necromancer builds. Apparently it was not working as intended. I don't know. I'm not gonna buy it.
yeah, me neither.
I'll get it in like 6 months when it's $30 or something. I just want to like kind of see the story. It's kind of it. The cinematic still looks sick. I liked the first one in like the church where the fuck it was. Like that was kind of sick. So are they gonna leave the like item skill trees in? Is that gonna go standard in PoE? That would be
Kind of doubt it.
Is it actually overpowered, or is it just like
This
it's
one I'm
random
using
luck?
is, the other one's just, I don't know. Game seems really hard if you're not uber cheating.
Yeah.
Like if I didn't have this build, I wouldn't be playing. I'll just have quit by now.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that's the way all their league mechanics have been lately. You have to like find the optimal way to do it. Which, I don't know, kind of sucks. I guess it's kind of cool at the same time.
Got another bow that gives you +2 totems, but I'm afraid to merge it with a bow that has 600% totem damage, because every time I do, all the shit just disappears.
Oh yeah, I was there when you combined them together. I don't think you got either like stat points or skill points that were on the bow before or something like that.
I don't think I even need to level this up. I could probably just sell it like it is. Let me try this. Let's put it right here. See if it sells.
At least you can search for them on trade. I'm like honestly surprised they fucking did that.
I don't understand why they drop these things. These Maven invitations, like, you have to kill like 10 bosses to do it, but every time you kill 10 bosses, they drop an extra one. So what do I need these ones for? If I can't do them until I get 10 bosses, I've got like 5 extras.
Yeah. It was always aggravating to get those. Because you like would just go to the map device, try to run them, and they'd be like, oh, you can't even do this yet. I'm like, well then don't give it to me then. It's just extra
By the
shit.
time I can do it, I'll have like 16 of them, so I can only use one.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we talked about this last time, but I like the old system better. The Elder Shaper influence, all that stuff. Like they, that system I think was better. They could have just kept adding more bosses to that. They like made it overly complicated now to do certain bosses for no reason. I guess to like give it the illusion of more things to do. Just takes longer now.
That one didn't work out too good.
I did hear one of the dudes that made D2 is making a new ARPG scene. I don't know anything about it, but that might actually be decent.
Watch somebody play Mech Warrior 5 yesterday. Look like there's all these mods you can make it super like RimWorldy, you know, like your pilots get kind of random stats and they can freak out and stuff, and
Yeah.
you get stuff you can make so your mech, you can make it like something didn't install the part correctly, so it maybe turns a little weird on one side. There's all this kind of weird shit like that.
Oh, I have seen this game. A lot of people use this for background footage of just like random commentary YouTube videos.
I just wonder if it actually is noticeable if something's fucked up, or if it just like you move around and move around.
Yeah, I have no idea. We prove that.
Never found a good mech game that was as fun as the Super Nintendo version.
Yeah, I think that was the only mech game I ever did play. It was on Super Nintendo. I mean, I used to watch a lot when I was a kid on, it was like around the same time Dragon Ball Z was on TV. I used to watch all the Gundam shows.
It's almost just like tank battles, but you walk instead of drive. There's like a lot of strategy to it.
Yeah, it's like
Just shoot whoever's in front of you, and there you go. They die, or you die. Whoever's most damage first.
Yeah, apparently World of Tanks is still super popular too.
World of Warships is fun to watch people that know how to play it.
Yeah, I've never played any of those games, but I'm always surprised how many views all the videos get and how much money they make every year.
War Thunder.
Yeah, yeah, that stuff is wild. I never saw Pacific Rim. It looked cool. I just never got around to watching it.
I love Pacific Rim.
It'd be cool though. I kind of want to rewatch some of the Gundam shows. I watched them when I was a kid. I don't really remember them, but I've heard they're actually decent.
What was that one? The real movie where they fight like the different countries instead of having more, they would fight with the robots, and then one of them used like this, like a chainsaw kind of thing, or like what do you call it when you have like you throw a chain out and you grind it and it saws like that. Sawed the arm, sawed the fist off of one of them. So then humans end up like losing the battle, but then they like run over to the fist that got cut off and they reprogram it and they make it shoot out and like punch the robot from the ground.
I had never seen that movie. That
That's
actually sounds
dope.
pretty good.
Robot Jocks? I think that's what it's called. JOX.
That sounds pretty decent. I've been watching motorcycle reviews all day. I've been looking at new motorcycles. They keep coming out with cooler and cooler stuff, and it keeps getting cheaper. Oh yeah, new Futurama episodes too. Forgot about that.
Oh shit, when's that come out?
Sometime this year, I think October-ish. They're doing a full new season, and it's like the reboot of the show. They've already agreed to 3 seasons, but if it's good, I'm sure they're gonna do more. Cause yeah, they're redoing that in King of the Hill right now. Which is sick.
The woman that does the Leela, I guess his voice, she's been on Roseanne, or whatever, the Connors.
Oh yeah, I didn't even know that was still on TV.
She
I
took
just
Roseanne's
remember.
place.
Oh yeah, see, that's the last time I watched it is when they
Roseanne got canceled.
Yeah. For calling what? Didn't she call that lady a monkey? And the lady
Was
was
that
like
why?
Jewish or something like that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what she said. She said she looked like somebody from Planet of the Apes, and she didn't know the lady was half black, half Jewish, because the lady looks white, and that's what she got canceled for, apparently.
Does it matter if she's Jewish or not?
Well, no, they canceled her because
Just talking about how she looks.
yeah, and people were pissed because it was right around like the BLM stuff too. So
Because she looks like an African.
yeah, but she's half black. They're like, how could you say that to her? Yeah, they're like, she didn't even mean that she looks like a monkey. She was really comparing her to like the character from Planet of the Apes, and that lady did for real look just like her. And she even said, she's like, oh, I didn't mean she looked like a monkey. She just happens to look like that character. And I'm
Like the way they
people are
made
just-
the monkeys. Well, like chimp mouth.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think the whole thing's down. You should be allowed to say whatever you want. Like that's like it wasn't even mean either. It was just like a random comment on Twitter. Like she wasn't like telling this lady you look like a monkey or something. Like I don't know. People need something to get upset about these days.
Well, if you're gonna be in the public eye, you're gonna have to have people commenting on you.
Yeah, that is true. Oh yeah, well that was like what everybody was told us to get, like sticks and stones.
Plus, she's a comedian. You gotta make jokes.
Very true.
Jokes
It's
ain't
crazy.
funny if you try to be like Mormon jokes. If everybody had not offended by it.
Well, it's crazy they keep trying to cancel comedians. Like their whole job is to say things that are outlandish and make you like kind of think and laugh. Like, that's their job, but comedians keep getting canceled for random stuff.
That's like one of the things with these fantasy books I'm reading. Some of them will have like a court jester, and he's like he can say shit about the king, and there's no way he can get in trouble. There's a law. It's like, oh, he's the court jester. He can say what the fuck ever he wants.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, it's
his whole job.
Game of Thrones kind of has the same thing with Hatchface.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like how he like kind of predicts the future, but says fucked up stuff about like Stannis to his face in the books, and Stannis is just like, You son of a bitch. Yeah.
Was Patchy
Yeah,
Face the one that was in Fire and Blood? Because he was like giving most of the history of. No, that was like way in the past. It couldn't have been.
Yeah, no. Patch Face is, they found him washed up on the ocean. Yeah, he was like, he lost his memory, and his face was like tattooed out like patchwork. And he's Shireen's like best friend, that girl with grayscale, Stannis' kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's always like predicting the future and saying fucking weird, obscure shit and knows stuff that nobody else would be able to know. Like he says a couple lines
Because they kind of think he's retarded and he'll say shit when he's around. That's how the other guy, he like had all this history of the kings and queens because they thought he was retarded and he would just say shit.
Yeah. Oh fuck. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. George R. R. Martin talked about that. He pretty much made them like the same character, just they're not actually the same character, but yeah, just like that exposition from that bystander no one thinks is important.
He had a funny name. What was it? Mushroom. Because he had a dick that was shaped like a mushroom.
Yeah, he was mushrooms. He does the same thing. He predicts all kinds of shit that comes true, and like just says random off the wall stuff, and then it comes to pass. Because I think he's technically at one of the war councils too, and he's just in the background like talking to himself, and he says a bunch of random shit, and then like you find out later that everybody that he like says is gonna die or shit happens to, it actually happens.
It's kind of like Hoyd in Stormlight Archive. He's like the king's wit, that's what they call it. But then he's like also traveling to other planets in between books and like seeing
Is
the whole
that worth getting
Stormlight.
into?
Oh yeah.
There's I love Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings. I want
The first book might throw you because it just throws out a lot of world building shit and you just gotta kind of push through it. But then once you understand. Nah, but meaning to though.
Yeah, that's the other thing on my list. Everyone says read the Stormlight.
I still gotta get the first book. Got the second and the third book. I wanted that such a good thing.
I started one of the book series you were talking about. I think I started the King Killer Chronicles or something like that. I just put on the audiobook when I was at work for the day. I listened to it for like 2 hours, and I was like, okay, I can get into this. It's kind of weird how it starts. It's just like he just starts talking, and then stuff happens. Like, okay. I don't know, it's kind of strange.
There's a video on YouTube that talks about the very beginning. It's like a recreation somebody made. They're in like the cavern and the chronicler shows up.
It seemed pretty interesting.
Yeah, once you get past that, when he starts telling the actual story, then it's like Harry Potter for adults.
Yeah, Harry Potter's one of my favorite series. I reread that at least like once a year, along with like The Lord of the Rings. I kind of want to reread the Narnia books. I haven't read them since I was a kid. I remember them being good, but
It's really like Christianity influence, though.
yeah, I do remember that. It's like it is kind of right in your face. Well, it's not right in your face. They like call it something else, but yeah, it's like just Christian themes over and over. But I remember the story being really good. But I was also like 14, 15 when I read them all, so they might have not been that great.
If you didn't know anything about Christianity, probably fine.
I mean, I did, but I don't know. That stuff doesn't really bother me. As long
Kind of
as it's
reminds
not-
me of The Magicians.
Yeah.
It's like high school kids learning how to like do magic, and then they get sent to this place that's like Narnia, pretty much. And then they become like kings there, like all four of them. They all get like kings and queens. Like,
Yeah.
put in charge of shit.
Yeah, it is kind of weird how that happens. It works. They like show up from the wardrobe, and then like instantly they're like, "Oh my god, you guys are the important." I wanna. Fuck, there was another book series I wanted to. Yeah, I'm gonna reread all the Dune books too, or at least the first four. guess they're gonna make at least 3 Dune movies, and they've said if they do well, they're gonna do the second Dune book, and that's where it starts to get fucking weird. And the third book gets a little bit weirder. I'm trying to think that there's another series I was just thinking about looking at. And I want to read. Oh, the Inheritance series is actually really good too. It's like
Aragon?
Yeah, I've read all those. Those are some of my favorite books. Those are excellent, especially if you read those blind, like no spoilers. There is so many, like, I don't know. You read the first 3 books, and then the 4th book changes like everything that you've been taught and believe. It's it's a really good book series. Now the last book is kind of disappointing. The ending, like
Rizinger? Is that the ending?
Yeah, but the whole time you think these 2 characters are gonna bang, they don't bang at all. He eventually just says like thanks and leaves, and he's
Pretty
like,
much a kid's book, isn't it?
kind of, but not really. He wrote them when he was pretty young, so they're a little bit more like simply written, but no, they're like super good. Really good character building. The magic system actually makes sense.
I wouldn't expect people
Like-
to bang though if it's a kid's book.
Well, you'd think they're going to. They like set up like they're gonna bang, and people have like kids and get married in it. You know what I'm saying? Like people, like there's some stuff, but like I thought they were gonna bang. They've been setting up this whole time.
Get me
yeah,
blue balls over here.
Pretty much, you get blue ball for like 5 books. Even he thinks he's gonna bang. He's like, dude, I'm the fucking last dragon rider, bitch. Like, come on.
Ooh, what about Percy Jackson, Lightning Thief, or whatever?
I never read any of those. I've heard they're good. My brother.
There's like all these spin-offs, so if it's good, it's gonna be a lot of good. Or the Mortal Instruments. I don't know if those are more like romance, maybe, but it's supposed to be pretty cool concepts with powers they have or something.
A really good book is The Historian by Elizabeth Kostova. It's the only good book she's ever written. It's like half history, half sci-fi, half horror kind of thing. It's fantastic. There's enough like real history in it that gets you like interested in the time period, and then you're like, that's cool as fuck. And then it takes like the sci-fi, murder mystery, fucking supernatural kind of turn. Fantastic book. It starts out kind of dry because it starts out as like a history book about a history professor, and it's like all legit real history. It's kind of dry. You're like reading it, what the fuck, and then you realize why you just learned all that. Like, I don't know, a couple chapters in, you're like, oh shit. But that's one of my favorite books ever. It's fantastic. I wanted to do a movie about that, but I don't know if it would actually be a good movie. It would probably be pretty boring in the beginning. What else? I heard they're doing new HBO Harry Potter TV show. Keep hearing about that.
Oh yeah.
And what's
It's
her
supposed to be like
face?
8 seasons or something, man. It's supposed to be like real long.
Yeah, I think they already agreed it's gonna be like 5 seasons, 6 seasons, something like that, from what I was reading online. And what's her face said she wants to do more Harry Potter movies, and apparently all the original cast or everybody but one person already agreed. So that would
Wait,
be fun
what?
to
You
see.
talking about the original cast of the movies they're going to be in it?
The new movies, yes. I don't know about the TV show. I do know a bunch of the people from the movies agreed to be in the HBO TV show. But I know,
They're all like old now.
yeah, but they would just age up all the characters. They would just like be adults, or you know.
But she doesn't have any other books to make base it on.
What she was saying, she has plenty of stuff written, and she wants to do at least one movie with like the old cast. So like what they're doing now, where Harry Potter's like kids and shit, and then eventually she wants to like do new characters and make like, you know, more Wizarding World type shit, I guess. But also, that's all just from the internet, so who knows? I do know they're making a show and a movie though, so. But whether she's actually gonna write new books or just make new movies, I don't know. Voldemort needs to come back a third time. let's get him for the 3P. Doesn't Harry Potter just throw the Elder Wand at the end, like into like the fucking, or does he keep it? I can't remember.
know.
I thought he just throws it off like the side of like that little mountain. But bam. Trying to break into their own car for like 2 hours outside. They lock the keys in there. They keep inviting over more people to try to get in their car. It's not working.
Saw how to break into a Ford F-150, like an older one. You just take the antenna off and there's a hole under the handle. You just put the antenna in the hole and you spin it.
That's the same way we used to get into, we had Rangers at one of my old jobs for like our work truck driving around. And that was the same way you would unlock those. It had like a little hole underneath the thing.
Our patrol vehicle at work is a Jeep. I forgot what it's called. It's one's got the X's on the taillights.
Oh, I never saw that, yeah.
I didn't realize you had like buttons on the back of the steering wheel you turn the radio stations with until today. It's like, oh
Nice.
shit.
Yeah, we didn't have a vehicle when I did security someplace. I was very disappointed I had to walk. It sucked. I did bring my skateboard though. I would do the old perimeter, the old scoop deck. But it's honestly probably a good thing we didn't have a vehicle. I would just drove it around. Then whatever. I did start a fire one time though. I was a security guard. It was on accident. It was very unfortunate. I was working like right next to a fire station too. They were like looking across the road at me. I got under control boys. It was only like my second day on the job too. I thought I was gonna get fired. Oh yeah, their main character in Fallout New Vegas, I forgot. Save got full. Can you not skip cutscenes? No way.
We should put these instilling things on nano flasks.
Why does every game have such long cutscenes to start?
Skills cost no mana during use. It should also make it cost no life if you've switched it from life to mana. tank, blah 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 blah. Generate life.
It actually still looks pretty decent. Debuffs expire faster, chaos resistance, damage over time. Jungle Valley. Fuck. Jungle Valley is 215? I don't see it. Everything's been upgraded. What is that? Jungle Valley is like 12. Thingy Bob. Oh, I'm gonna drink this rum chata. It's a good occasion for a nice cereal milk tasting drink. I've never had it before. I've heard it's good.
Super
Assume you just
expensive.
like put it in the refrigerator and chill it first or something. Rum chata, yeah. This ain't good to mind.
Cinco de 25. Right on the 25th. 25th of May. Sacrilege. Revicus. +1. Wind. +1. Bacon. Go fuck yourself. Okay. Allah Akbar.
Played this game this time.
I like just standing in damage, see if I can tank it.
Too many on-ground effects. In PoE as it is.
See, look here, you got a stun duration on enemies, and you got a stun threshold, but they're split, so you can't get them both. $60 crit multi right there might be one that I was seeing, but if it don't work the way I think it works, it doesn't mean good. Intervention research. Same bullshit every time. Look at the multi-strikes on these guys. Waves of fireballs. Plus 2 ranks to go. He's already max level. This shit's gay. You never get anything good. You get bad rolls on the fucking mechanics.
business. Oh, I can't even know. Oh, yeah, I gotta go wait on
What do you think is the biggest threat to America right now?
who is?
You know, what is?
America, probably. I feel like we're the biggest threat to ourselves. It's just like, I don't know, so many stupid people doing stupid shit. I
Is
think
it
nobody
like
cares about.
the drugs are making everybody crazy, or is it the trannies that are just automatically getting indoctrinated from colleges?
I think it's that we've been telling everybody that everyone's special and important. Like, I really think that's like a huge thing.
The
Like, nobody
education
has to,
system
like-
has been busted for the last 10, 20 years, and it's just started to take effect.
I could definitely see that. Dude, I mean, half the people I went to high school with were too dumb to graduate school, but of course they all graduated.
You got like apathetic teachers, and you got like gay teachers that have been infiltrating also, trying to like spread their indoctrination. I don't know which one's worse. I guess just having dummies is not that bad, but having everybody woke is even worse. I feel like we're going to get to a point where we're just going to like, what was it with the Jews? They had the final solution. It's going to be like, we just got to get rid of all these fucking trannies, dude. Gotta poison them all with Zyklon B or something. Because they're ruining the economy and everything. It's just...
Something. I mean, it's not even just so much that. It's like everyone thinks they're important now and that they matter, that their opinions matter, and
It's like, I don't feel like it's even... They're not real trannies, and it's not really a sexual thing. It's just that they want to be a victim, and they want to show that
the attention. It's the cool new
virtue
thing.
signal, and like show that you're not like virtue signaling with them, so that you're the enemy, and it's just like this whole... It's like that meme where the guy's putting on more clown makeup the dumber and dumber it gets. It's like now they're all just putting clown makeup on purpose, and they're not even like trying to hide it. They're all trying to get in viral videos.
Yeah, it's
I saw one yesterday, this trans woman, looks like a guy wearing a fucking wig and lipstick. He went to a restaurant, I guess, and somebody called him sir. So then he went to the manager, and then he asked the manager, "What do I look like to you, a man or a woman?" He's like, "A man?" And turns the camera around. It's just a man wearing a big fucking wig and lipstick. Like, we're supposed to not know what he's... You just still look like a man, dude. What are you talking about?
people are living.
You're delusional. Like, if everybody's that far gone, vis-a-vis, if you're delusional, shouldn't you be like denied jobs and all kinds of other stuff because you're a crazy person?
It did. I think it all just goes back to what kind of terrible parents did they have? Like, I don't know. It all comes back to like how do you get to that point where you're that delusional and like brain dead that you can't see like what you're doing is fucking retarded. Like, I don't know. Like, your parents had to like fucking raise you wrong. Like, I don't know. Something had to happen to you in your life. I feel like you don't just become a weirdo overnight.
And if it's taken 10 or 20 years to make everybody this fucked up, how do you fix it? It's going to take 10 or 20 years to fix?
Maybe. I have no idea. Will it even be fixed? Is it just going to all become normal? And we're all supposed to be like, oh,
I mean, nobody's even taking steps right now. We're not getting these weirdo teachers out of schools. So it's just going to be
but
another
if
10,
anything,
20
you'll
years.
get fired. I saw there was like a preschool teacher not that long ago. Preschool. It was either preschool or kindergarten. Like, not even real fucking people yet. But, you know, a fucking baby. But she got fired for like misgendering some kid in her class. I'm pretty sure it was like a preschool teacher. Like, who lived in that clown world.
That's not have been Canada. She'd been in jail.
Oh yeah. That one comedian a couple years ago that made fun of those lesbians and got like 5 years in jail or something like that. Had to pay like $100,000 fine.
What if you're misgendering somebody that's not trans? Like Mickey Rourke and Axl Rose looking like lesbians.
Yeah. Well, what if I say somebody misgenders me when somebody calls me man? Can I just sue them and like get money? Because if so, I'm about to go to like GameStop and just wait. Like, hey, what up, man? Like, what did you just fucking call me? I'm clearly a fucking woman to get some of that sick GameStop money.
Said, dude, did you just assume my gender?
Exactly. And you just have to get on the news. And then,
Yeah,
you know,
dude.
please buy a wig and get misgendered and get some of that money.
How do you explain to people in prison like what you're in for? Like, I called a man a woman, or vice versa.
Well, because they classify all that shit as a hate crime. Like it's all under the umbrella as hate crimes. So they probably think you actually did something bad. What the fuck is this guy shooting me for? He's very rude. Fuck, these guys are gonna kill me. I guess let's let them kill me. I don't know what happens. Nice, cool, they're not hostile. How are they still hostile after you die? How does that make any sense? Is he just always gonna be hostile now?
Bullshit. No way that kills me.
wouldn't even work. Spirits, that's cool.
is pure garbage. Okay, my boss is dead, so I can take the map boss mobs. Storm Seeker. Is it just like, yeah, Girl of Thunder with an auto bomb, auto bomber. Oh, shit, I guess I should go back to bed here pretty soon.
That's your bedtime.
I already took a nap from like 8 or 9 to 2 or something. I don't even remember.
I need to fix my sleep schedule. I've been staying up too late. What time do you wake up? You go to bed at?
9:30, 10. Jesus. In the ice prison and then they all stabbing me? That's scary. Rolling down the street, smoking menthol, sipping on gin and juice. Lay back, minding my money, and my
You like some
mind.
gin? Tastes like Christmas.
Most people don't even remember that song. Not old enough.
Oh yeah. Well, I bet kids know now. They've redone that song like 30 different times. Like I'm pretty sure there was like a Katy Perry version of that song too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's like, have you seen the kid watching one of the Snoop Dogg videos? And he's like, Fortnite. They're like, it's a Snoop Dogg original. They thought Snoop Dogg was stealing with the Fortnite dance. And I was like, man, what is wrong with you children?
It's like they've heard I'm Good, but they haven't heard Blue Dabba Dee Dabba Die that it's based on.
Bro.
Man, I wish fucking music had went that way. Like iPhone 65, kind of techno pop, trance, electro, all that shit. I wish that would be like what rap is today or something.
Yeah.
We're in the future, goddamn. This is 2023. We should be having techno music everywhere. Everything should be all sci-fi'd out. We should be in flying cars, floating around in rocket boots. Like, why are we not doing this?
We don't have any cool future stuff, really. All of our future stuff is like weaponry our government has, and like, yeah, I figured we'd be doing something cool by now. I mean, fuck, we haven't even gone back to the moon yet, or anything cool. In my lifetime, all we've had is 9/11 and wars.
We can bring rocket boosters back down and land to save money.
Didn't it just blow up like the other day? It was like their new rocket.
I think they had a compilation of all the blow-ups just for like a video. So I saw that and I thought it was going to be an explosion. I don't think it was.
Yeah, we
Okay,
don't have
not like
fucking flying cars. We haven't cured cancer yet.
self-driving cars. I mean, that's kind of something. Yes.
Oh yeah, and in my lifetime, I've seen the dollar menus disappear everywhere. That's the other exciting thing. McDonald's used to be cheap. Now it's like just garbage food that's not even cheap anymore. I can't remember what comedian said that, but that was one of the true things I ever heard. He said McDonald's forgot who they were. He said people used to go there, but you could get food for like $3. And now, like, it's the same food, but it's like $10. That is very true. If you don't go to McDonald's because it's good food, McDonald's because it's cheap, it's pretty decent.
Yeah, the Matt Walsh video I was watching before whatever, it's unsubscribed, was about tipping culture now. It's like you get they've done all these studies like the service you get is progressively worse and worse, and the product has gone down and down, but they still want to like have these touch screens at the end where do you want to tip 20% and like if you're all guilty because this guy's standing right there looking at you when you're doing it?
I always say no. If it's not an actual like job where you normally get tipped, I always say no. I don't give a fuck. That's my money.
And it's like self checkout everywhere too. Like I should be the one getting tipped.
Right? I'm the one doing your job. That was the other day I was at the grocery store. They had the dude bagging up for these groceries. And then when I get up there, he walks and goes to a different one. I'm like, oh, so now you want me to do my own groceries? So I'm a man. I should have been like, it's her or something. You know? Yeah, I guess they just thought because I was like an able-bodied grown man that I would just deal with myself.
Was it old people maybe they were doing it for?
It was just regular people. It was like a mom in front of me and then like an old lady. But yeah, I was like, yo, what do you think? I don't want you to bag my groceries? Think I can do it myself? I should have crushed my own eggs and bread and just looked at it. Look what you made me do. Well, you do it.
It's not my fault you didn't train me.
Exactly. I never got training here. I don't even work here.
If I lived in New York or somewhere, I could make some serious money because apparently those security guards, they just take bribes and let people in the back door, make like an extra $50. Maybe they do it.
Yeah, if you lived in a bigger city, you probably actually make. I know dudes that do it for like baseball games, like sporting events, stuff like that. They get paid pretty good money for like doing stuff like that. And they just stand there, you know what I'm saying? They're not like actually doing anything.
I was listening to Chrissy, what's his name? He was on the Are You Garbage podcast, and he was saying like some of the security guards he'd have like a thing that makes the sound, like when you give them the code for your ticket and you scan it, it makes the beep sound. He would just play that beep sound. You just give him any kind of piece of paper. That way, in case his boss is watching, it looks like he's actually scanning it.
Yeah, that's like have you seen the dude patting people down before they get in the stadium, and he just like. He doesn't even touch them. He just like puts his hands next to their body, pretends to touch them, and tells people to go in. And the dude next to him's really patting people down. And there's like 12 people going through the dude's line that actually isn't touching anybody. And like one at a time for the other guys. I still think, I'm telling you, I think you should look for like an IT from home job. There's so many like IT jobs that you need like no experience for, as long as you're not a retard. And you can work from home. Just work on the computer shit. I think that'd be sick. You can also, there's so many remote jobs for like places in like California, places that are expensive. Just be a remote worker for some California company.
I don't know. I would need to do it long enough where I could make sure I'm making more money than I'm making now, and then I'd have to be home all the time to do that. I can't like.
Well, you could. Have you seen like all those people that have like 5 or 6 different like tech jobs? You know what I'm saying? Don't actually really do anything. But yeah, they're saying you definitely have to make sure you make more. Yeah. I mean, do you like going to work though? Some people enjoy doing it in the house.
Oh yeah, that's where I got my reading done.
I mean, you wouldn't read at home though, or would you be too distracted by like everything else?
Probably distracted. At home, I'll watch TV shows because I'm way behind on those too. I've got about 500 books I want to read, but I also got like 2,000 TV shows so I gotta catch up on.
That's how I feel on my day off all the time. I'm like, oh, I know I'm supposed to be watching this, doing this, but that's like the Corona times. Other than not, like everybody thought the world was gonna end. Being home and just for that long was kind of sick. I watch so much shit. Read all the books I want to do. making 4 new Naruto episodes for like the 30th anniversary or something like that. That comes out in a couple months, I think. Try to watch that Naruto spin-off show, Boruto, whatever. That shit sucked. I really didn't care.
Yeah. Naruto's got that power creep problem. It's like it started
Really
out
like-
good where he's just like turning into a shuriken and like doing real ninja shit. Then all of a sudden it's like everybody has these elemental powers all of a sudden that you can figure out which one you are by trying to put your mana into a leaf or some shit.
Yeah, they
Where'd
did
that all
both
come?
find out that they were like gods, like halfway through, like one of the episodes. They're like, actually, both you guys are actually gods reborn. Like,
Oh, that's convenient.
It really did have, I think, one of the best continuous stories in an anime. Like, just Naruto to like Shippuden and all that. And once you finish it, like the actual story is pretty fantastic. There's a lot of filler and like garbage nonsense. And what's that one chick from the show? She's like the fucking worst character ever. All she does is like cry.
So Sakura?
Yeah, dude, I couldn't stand her. She was so annoying. The whole time she's like talking about how much she loves Sasuke and whatever, and then he just doesn't care. It's fantastic. And in the end, he's like, I guess I'll bang you and leave if I have to. Yeah, he just like bangs her, knocks her up, and then he doesn't come back to the village for like 7 more years. Like, see you, bitch. Thought they're doing bad ninja shit.
Kind of implied he was going to hook up with that girl with the glasses that was evil with him.
He was banging her too. I guarantee it. Yeah, I don't know. And, she was just fucking annoying. I saw like a re-edit of it's like a YouTube short. It was like when her and Naruto were fighting, and Sakura gets hurt, and he's like, what he actually wants to say, he like picks her up. He's like, I know you're not good at anything, and all you do is cry and complain. He's like, why don't you just stand over there so the main characters can actually like do something? I was like, fucking true.
I thought she got really good at boxing or something for a while.
She did. They like halfway through like Shippuden, they made her like she found out she's like insanely strong and can just like one punch everything because she was such an unlikable character. And they had to like do something. But yeah, just halfway through the show, yeah, she randomly could just beat the strongest person.
She got trained by the
Yeah.
Hokage.
Yeah, by that one lady.
She was like an 80-year-old woman, but she looked like she was 20.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I think one episode they even show you what she really looks like when she took off like her necklace or some bullshit. She's actually an old lady. I did like Jiraiya though. Jiraiya was a G. Fucked with him. The old pervy guy that would just like write hentai books. That's really the problem with any anime. It's just like the nonstop power creep to like keep it interesting.
Did you ever watch Hunter x Hunter?
I've started it. I haven't really got into it.
Apparently it starts out really bad. It gets super good, but I haven't gotten far enough to see.
Yep, me too. I've started I've watched like the first 3 episodes a couple times. And I was like, huh. Yeah, I guess I haven't got far enough. But that's how I feel about, fucking, what's it called? Show everybody likes One Piece. I've tried to watch that like 4 or 5 times. I cannot get into that. It's
What don't you like about it? You don't like pirates?
It's just boring in the beginning. Like the first like 20 episodes, like nothing happens. It's just like exposition. Some fucking weird dude is like, "Oh, I'm the fucking rubber man," and then it's like weird pirate stuff. Like I don't know. People keep saying it gets good, but I haven't seen it yet.
You got to the sniper guy yet? Yeah, the first like yeah, you didn't even get to where he's got his crew members yet. You got to at least get to where he gets his crew members assembled.
I guess. Yeah, there's like some dude with a sword. There's like some chick.
I remember how it starts out. Like, how does he get his first boat?
He probably stole it off somebody. I was watching compilations the other day, Somali pirates versus the United States Navy videos. There's a lot more than I thought. And it was fucking hilarious. But yeah, being a pirate would be dope. That's is it too late to become a pirate? 'Cause that would be a fucking sick ass job.
So anyway, when he gets his pirate crew, oh, you haven't got to Zoro yet, have you? The sword
Maybe.
guy?
Yeah. No, yeah, I've seen him before.
You seen the part where he like chooses out a new sword and he's like supposed to be cursed, so he like flips it in the air and he holds his arm out to see if it's going to cut his arm off or not when it falls down. That's fucking sick. So let's see if it's cursed. Just whip it in the air, see if it cuts my arm off. Then like one of his teammates is like a robot guy, and then one of them is like a deer that's a doctor. But he got, you know how there's like the Zoan fruits that turn you into animals? He was an animal that ate the human fruit, so he's like a human deer, so he can like talk and stuff. But his ambition is to be a doctor because he was raised by a doctor or something. So he's like the medic. The robot guy is kind of like, he gives them, they have to make this new ship because their old ship got destroyed, and he gets this wood from the Adam tree. It's like from Adam and Eve, like the oldest tree in the world or something like that. It's like super strong. And then, let's see, there's a sniper guy. There's a woman who can like make multiple hands that come out, and she can like make them into wings or make giant hands, or she can do all that, like make nets and like grab people. The hands hold their each other's wrists. It's like all this crazy hand shit.
So keep watching. So, what I've seen so far is not great. It's kind of boring. I don't really much care for the art style either. It's kind of fucking weird.
It is a weird art style. It's kind of like a old comic book, like a gag manga, kind of like a joke, like Archie comics or something.
Yeah, actually, yeah, it is. Actually, very similar to Archie Comics. What was that show that was based on that? Some girl I was dating a while ago watched that. Riverdale. Like that's all based on the Archie Comics. It's like a fucking weird. No, that's not very. It's like all right. It's kind of. It reminds me of Did you ever watch like True Blood or anything like that? Like kind of one of those like.
Like a CW show.
Yeah. True Blood's actually pretty decent though. Watch
I'm ready to start those books pretty soon. Then rewatch it all.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually really enjoyed that show. I mean, it kind of got fucking retarded when all like the fairy stuff started happening. Like out of nowhere, they're like, by the way, guys.
I mean, that gay black guy is a fucking good character.
Yeah.
He's
I
owning
like
his
all the
gayness. He's got a fucking house that looks like a fucking gypsy mind tarot card reader's house or something.
Yeah. Actually, I enjoyed that show. What else was good? True Blood was really good. People told me to watch the Originals, I think it's called, or something like that. That's supposed to be pretty good too. Yeah, it's even made by the same people.
I'm tell you what I think is probably good, but I haven't heard it's good, but I think it is. Night Agent on Netflix. I just saw this one ad that said shows you can binge until Night Agent season 2 comes back. So I'm like, oh, that means it must be fucking good for saying shit like that. That's what they say about all the good shows, like Game of Thrones or like anything that's like bingey.
Yeah. I really liked Midnight Mass. Have you seen that?
Oh yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of was a little slow, but then when you find out the thing at the end, it's like, oh yeah, this is dope.
Yeah, 'cause that was super good. Mindhunter on Netflix is super good.
Oh, I wish they'd bring that back. I don't know why. Fucking COVID ruined that show.
Yep, they got canceled. It was so sad.
I mean, they could have just kept going for there's so many serial killers and like
Right? That was such a good show. I thought
true
that was
crime
like
is so huge right now.
Yeah, that was one of the better Netflix originals they ever made. I was so sad after they canceled second season. Because that dude's kid just like popped off at the end and fucking he like fucked up some kid in the woods and did some fucked up shit, and then his wife left him and took the kid. That shit was just getting like I think you're gonna find out his son's a future serial killer.
Oh shit, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, that's what they were like wanting you to think at the end, is that his son is gonna be a future serial killer. And he's gonna probably have to be the one to like fucking catch him.
Because his son is like reading his paperwork or something from work.
Yeah, his son was like, well, he used to tell his son about like his cases. In that one episode, I think his kid has like a nightmare, and like his wife's like, he was talking about all the murders. And he's like, it's good for the boy, like learn about the real world. And then yeah, I think doesn't he like nail some kid to a cross in the woods or something like that? He does something like really weird and fucked up with some kid in the woods.
I don't remember.
And then yeah, then he comes home and talks to his wife, and his wife's like, he just needs more quality time. And then yeah, she just like leaves, and he comes home.
And there's a BTK killer they never got into.
Zodiac's a good ass movie. It's not about the same killer, but it's like the same genre.
He's
It's
the
like a
one that
horror
read
movie.
that collector book, yeah. Made up the code, took mailing the newspapers, shit.
Yep. Yeah, the Zodiac killer was like emailing the fucking police, the FBI, fucking sending them like shit. He's like, look, this is the information you guys have to know. And they still couldn't get him. They think he was a clerk at a hardware store that later went to jail for like his 5th DUI, and they think it was him because the head detective thought it was him, and as soon as that guy went to jail, the killing stopped. But who knows?
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's
Mission
just like
accomplished.
when they got Weinstein, they were like, yes, we got the only bad guy in Hollywood. Don't worry, guys. We got him. Like, you don't even have to worry. Nobody's getting molested anymore. Like, yeah. That's what
It
it was.
figures the cops don't catch a serial killer unless they're doing like fucking drug shit. DUIs.
Almost
That's all they
every
care
serial
about.
killer-
If it doesn't
yeah,
make them
like-
money.
Almost every serial killer that gets busted, it's always for like traffic stops or like, you know what I'm saying? Like something that the cops are doing to like give you people tickets. Very rarely do they ever catch like the
It's like they
actual
don't
bad
even
people.
spend time on it, really. I guess they just think it's futile. Somebody's
There's a
missing
serial
more than 48
killer.
hours, don't bother looking for them.
We have a serial killer in Austin right now. The cops refuse to say it's a serial killer. But they keep finding in like the same body of water dead dudes around the same age, all from like the same part of town. It's been going on for a while. The cops just keep saying that people are drowning, but it's definitely a serial killer. They've been finding like smiley faces at the scene of the crime too and shit. Pretty wild. Yeah, look up old Austin serial killer. See what you think.
I think there was some bodies found here, but I think it was like a high school kid had done it or something. They found high school kids that were missing. That's what it was.
Yes. So from what I was reading, they found people in a bunch of different states, all drowned the same way, all around the same age, and they all find like the smiley face thing there too. And I was like, crazy.
Well, that was the kind of thing on, what was that show? Not Mind, The Mentalist. Red John, he had the smiley face logo.
I know what you're talking about. I think there was even an episode of Psych that was like similar. Yeah, apparently. Yeah, I don't know why, but the Austin police refused to say that it's like a serial killer, but it's like everybody that lives here seems to think that it is. Yeah, so if I were get fucking serial killed, well, it's the Austin murderer.
Okay. I'm sure I'll be the first to know because I am the Austin serial killer.
Well, I mean, I just won't ever be back on Discord again because, like, whatever happened to that guy? I'm gonna see on the news. Local Austin man was killed and thrown in the river. Damn it, they fucking got him.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are.
Yeah, no, fuck that. Like, I don't really understand. They think all the dudes have been, like, drugged before, though. 'Cause they found, like, drugs in everyone's system. So, I guess.
How do you
just-
drug a man unless you're like doing some gay shit?
I mean, you could just buy somebody a fucking beer at the bar. Fucking, it wouldn't be that hard. I'm sure. Like, especially if somebody's already drunk. If you were like, oh, let me get you a beer. They'd be like, all right. You know? But yeah, dude, I guess don't accept drinks from strangers. It's the number one way to not get serial killed. And especially, I mean, if it was like a girl, like if some hot chick was giving you drinks, like come on, everybody drinking. Like, yep.
Oh, we had like some new technology. Didn't I see something the other day about like you can't get poisoned anymore because as long as you have this thing, it like alert goes off if you touch anything that's poisoned. Or...
I know they make fingernail polish that changes colors if it has
Oh,
like
yeah, for women.
roofies and stuff in the drinks. Like,
I was thinking of inventing something
chicks will like
new.
dip their fingers in. But I don't know. That'd be fucking terrifying though. I couldn't imagine being scared of getting drugged every time you fucking like if you like, go out and take a bar or something. That'd be. So I always thought that's something that doesn't happen, and then you actually talk to people, and it's apparently way more common than you think. Or people just like to say it happened to them. One of the two. It's like an easy attention getter at the same time. They're like, I got drugged last weekend instead of I got fucking hammered. Getting too hammered sneaks up on you sometimes. You'll be not that hammered, and then all of a sudden, you'll be fucking hammered. Yeah, that was like last week when we met. We went to the bar. Wasn't that drunk. Got home, drank like 4 more beers, and then I was like, "Dear God, how did I get so drunk? I don't know how this happened." Snuck up on me, and at least expected it. You need to do a drunk pro at cooking video. That'd be the
Drunk at cooking. Cook at drunking.
Exactly. That would be fantastic. Make a nice make a nice Leahy recipe. Make some liquor ball sandwiches. What are you eating? Gosh, some liquor balls. Also, you need yourself a sexy Julian cup.
I got one.
Dude, yeah. I want to find out what cup he has. And if it was actually the same cup from the same show. Or like, same cup the whole show. Whatever happened to Lucy and Randy's kid?
She became a man.
Like, she just did it. Like, that baby was a thing for like a season.
That was
and a
Ellen
half.
Page's first season, right? She became a man.
Well, that was Leahy's daughter.
Oh man, they should do another episode where they bring her back and she's a man now. Explain
No, that was Leahy and Barb's daughter. But Randy and Lucy have a baby. And it's in like one episode. And then you never see it ever again in the rest of the show. You don't want to know what happened to their baby.
Oh wait, yeah, they had that blonde girl, right?
Well, so one of them's Trinity's kid. But Lucy and Randy...
Yeah, Trinity
you know-
is their kid.
Yeah, well, no, Trinity is Lucy and Ricky's
Who was
kid.
Ellen Page? What was her
That's-
character name?
That's Leahy and Barb's kid.
Really?
Yeah, that's Leahy and Barb's kid.
I don't remember that.
100%. Because you first see her when Barb and Leahy first get divorced, and he moves into his own trailer, and then she shows up and she's like talking about she has to stay the summer with her dad. That's when she meets Ricky.
I thought she was like maybe a random bottle kid.
No, Ricky was training her to be a random bottle kid. That's why she got grounded for the summer. She was getting a pepperoni and such things. But yeah, I guess Ellen Page is a dude now. Ethan Page or whatever the fuck.
Elliot.
That's so weird, because she already looked like a dude before. She was already kind of like... She had like a dude body. And she had a dude haircut. That's fucking weird.
Well, I did the bow, like some random bows I don't care about, and it removed like most of the skill tree. But it kept the good knot I wanted on tier 2. And it put the stuns in that order. You double stun now.
You think her life has improved since she's become a man? Now she can be... Somewhere she posted that picture of her like, I can finally swim topless in the pool. Her life has kept improving.
Probably she was embarrassed about her small boobs.
Yeah, I thought that was really weird. I think she probably could have been topless before and nobody would have known. They're like, oh, look at this nice young man.
So what I want with this totems. Let's go with multi. Yeah, shit. Traps are thrown randomly.
Raised by Wolves is also really good. That's like a really good sci-fi show on HBO as well. Fucking aliens and robots and space dragon things.
Never got the space dragons.
Oh, you gotta keep watching. It gets crazy. Because it like starts, I mean, it's just like a regular sci-fi show, you know, bringing back humanity, some robot action, and then it gets crazy. The farther you keep watching. Like once it's wild.
Look at wow.
Exactly.
Wow,
All
wow,
fucking some Man Shane Secret podcast action.
Man, I love how Shane and Matt's big podcast like starts out with the goats
Yeah.
button horns.
Yeah. I'm always in my car listening to it, and like it comes on. Everyone's like, "Dude, he loves Will Smith." And, yep. Oh, yeah. New episode came out yesterday. I started to watch the new PKN last night. I fell asleep.
Which one's that?
It's the Patreon PKA show. Like, you can watch it for free though. There's Discord, like Painkiller early. They put up all the episodes for PKA early and all the like paid exclusive episodes every week. I'm gonna get some Chinese food. The Chinese food nuts. New Chinese place opened down the street. Haven't gotten there yet. They're closed on Sundays. Oh, we talked about that last time. I was fucking pissed. I was all excited to go get Chinese food. Got there and fucking closed. Like, people not eat on a Sunday. What's going on? I mean, are Asian people Christian at all? That's the only reason I can think of them not being
Oh,
on
yeah.
Sunday.
Some
I
are.
guess- I didn't even think that was even a thing. Huh. It must be weird. Oh, they probably have like the Korean and the Chinese Jesus statues. Makes them feel right at home.
It's crazy missionaries over there. Fucked them up.
Ah, that is true. That's where missionaries all go. They go to like Asia and Africa.
So I want to read that Bhagavad Gita. I bet there's pretty cool religions out there.
Yeah.
Asian especially, they got all like Goku is based on like the monkey god, you know, like the crazy
Yeah.
mythology they have.
Yeah, that was cool. I watched like a whole video about the god Goku's based off of. That's fucking sick.
Like he really did like ride on a cloud and he had a magic staff that could extend and
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, the old extendo pole and fucking.
Where's Christiana have like a extendo pole or something? Just turn water into wine and all. That's like special powers.
I think twice or three times in the Bible they describe like spaceships or like space chariots is what they're described as. It's like the coolest thing I can think of was in the Bible. And they described like one of the angels as like I think it's like 15 wings and 1,000 eyes. And that's like what he's
I think
described
the
as.
space church, that's from the Bhagavad Gita, I think.
It's all in
Like
like
talking about the ancient
Revelations.
aliens thing where they had like a fiery chariot in the sky.
Yeah, but it's in the Bible. In Revelations, they talk about like there's some dude comes down, one of the prophets from space, and describes it as like a fiery chariot thing. And then they describe, I think the angel Malthael, something like that, and that's the one that's just like eyes.
That's the final boss in Diablo 3. Malthael?
Yeah, I think that's also the angel from the Bible. Well, almost everything is from like the Bible or some like religious text. I would like to learn more about the Egyptian religion, because I've heard that like we really don't know anything about that shit, like what we thought we knew.
Yeah, like the ancient Egyptians before the actual ones that built the pyramids and all that shit.
Yeah, well,
Anne Rice wrote about it. I don't know if she like researched it, but they had like this thing where if your loved ones died, you would eat the heart and the brain of your loved ones to like keep their spirit alive and their thoughts and their emotions. Like, it's like the most honored thing for the children is like to get to eat the brain or to get to eat the heart.
Yeah, well, the problem is no Egyptians that we've known since recorded times built the pyramids. All the Egyptians that lived there, like in all of our recorded history, they had nothing to do with building the pyramids. That shit was already there. So if you read Plato's, who was it, his grandfather, great-grandfather, his historical fucking whatever the fuck, he like they have some historical document showing that he went from Greece to visit, and he talked about the pyramids then, how they were already built there. But yeah, the what is it? The monastic Egyptians, it's like modern day Egyptians, and like for the last couple thousand years, they had nothing to do with the pyramids. Those motherfuckers didn't build shit. They did build the 4 shitty pyramids that they Photoshop out of the pictures of the 3 big good pyramids.
Shit, I almost remembered what I forgot yesterday. You said the pyramids, because it has something to do with that, I think. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I was supposed to remember that. There's a pyramid something. Alright, so you get sucked into a portal, and you think you're like in this fantasy world, like Narnia or Neverending Story, you know?
Yeah.
And then you find like a picture of the pyramids or something from our world, and you know, like, oh shit, I'm in the past, but there's like dragons. And it's like, that don't make no sense. It's like, then you find out there actually were dragons in your past or something like that. You know, you could like,
Yeah.
that'd be
I
like a mind
100%
fuck.
think that they were. No, I don't know about dragons in like a modern sense, but definitely like large, crazy lizards. I doubt they breathe fire, but there's. I can't remember how many cultures it is around the world, even ones that no contact with each other, and they all had the same stories about big flying lizards, like snatching people and eating their. So I definitely think that was a thing, 100%.
So you have a better idea. You discover, like, you're going around this world and you're learning how to do magic and shit. And then you realize you're in your actual world. You weren't in like some fictional universe. You're like, oh shit, there's the pyramids.
There was
I'm doing
there was
magic.
something like that.
That means
And
there
it
was magic all along in our world. We just didn't know how
Yeah.
to use it. And it's like,
I read something just like it was a short story, and it was kind of like a Harry Potter type situation. But this dude gets in a car wreck, and he finds out that, you know what I'm saying, he thinks he's like in a coma or whatever, but he just doesn't have that thing that, you know, your parents tell all kids that there is no magic or whatever, and he just is actually like doing all kinds of magic shit. And it's all just because he thinks he's, you know, in like a dream in his coma or whatever, but it's like real life. So that's actually cool as fuck to think about.
like that's the only way you could actually convince yourself that it's real. Is to think you're dreaming.
It's to think it's like a dream, or, you know, 'cause you're not bound by like what you think, what you've been told your whole life. Pretty sick. That's kind of how the magic system works in the Inheritance, like the Aragon books. It's like that's really why I like that book a lot. It's they don't have like the weird Harry Potter system where some people are just strong that just because for like no reason. Like you actually have to work on it, and it's like based off of like it's like equivalent exchange kind of thing. So like the first thing you learn is how to like shoot a rock super far, but it uses the same energy as if you were to like throw a rock that far. or like how much
Oh, I
energy
love
to
that
take.
kind of shit.
Yeah, so it's like also like a lot of it, his training to like be a better magician is like physical training, and like he actually has to like make himself stronger, run, and like like it has like a because and you can like kill yourself with magic really easy if you like panic.
That's
and, like,
exactly
throw
how
a fireball.
Name of the
and
Wind
shit.
is. Like the Name of the Wind, they explain like you can take these two coins, and since they're both coins, there's this rule of similarity. There's also a rule that a part of a thing can represent the whole thing. So if you like take somebody's hair and put it on a doll, you can represent them, and it makes your magic bond stronger. But he says like you take these two coins, this coin over here I'm not touching, but I lift this coin up and I connect them. I'm lifting it up with this coin, and they're both moving at the same rate. But it weighs 3 times as much because you got this weight plus this weight plus the amount of weight, like a tax for like not being actually touching.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. But yeah, that's pretty much like the same thing. And it's like real dangerous to learn magic. Most magicians like end up killing themselves on accident.
Yeah, that's how that is. Like you get this chills, like you use your body heat instead of energy like from a candle. And then you like suck your energy out too fast. You get hypothermia.
Yeah, what was it? One of the coolest ways. This person he's training with, she kills herself. So they're like doing something. They're like climbing this thing and they fall, and she uses magic to stop herself, and it stops her like an inch from the ground, and then her body just like withers and like turns to dust. She used like all of her life force to like stop herself, and I was like, yes. Yeah, and they're like his magic teachers always telling him stories like that. I knew a young elf that decided.
This is an Aragon?
Yeah.
Oh damn.
Yeah, the Aragon books are good. Like the first one is no, they're really not even kiddie books. Thinking about
I've
it.
got
There's
that
a lot
Sleep in
of
the Sea of Stars that he wrote. I wonder if that's in here.
Yeah, I never read anything else that he wrote. This,
Did he do
pissed me off with the
Paranisi or
last
that's somebody
Aragon
else?
books.
Yeah, he's
What'd
got
you
this
say?
new book called Fractal Noise. It looks pretty dope. It's got this guy like on Mars climbing into a wormhole or some shit.
Yeah. No, Aragon, actually thinking about it, really isn't very kiddie at all. I forgot like the first part, like what happens. There's a lot of like murder and bad shit happening. The
Sounds
movie
like The
was
Magician. I
super
love
good.
Grossman a lot. Because that had pretty fucked up, twisty stuff like that.
There is some really cool like alien type creatures in Aragon too. They're like a race that's like extinct, and there's only like 3 left, and they have like kind of like how the ring wraiths in Lord of the Rings, how they like put fear into people and like you can't talk or move and they're around. They do like the same kind of thing. It's a lot of Heritage Cycle, recommend it. I will say at the end of the last book, even though it finishes perfectly, you will expect more to happen. But he did say he's going to come back eventually and write more books. Does the main character pulls like a Bilbo from Lord of the Rings and just kind of like leaves Earth and goes somewhere else? And he's
Bilbo
like
left Earth in Lord of the Rings?
What'd you say?
I didn't know Bilbo left the Earth.
Yeah. Well, he went to the Undying Lands of the Elves. It's like technically not part of Middle Earth. And
Oh, it's
nobody
kind of like
dies
Valhalla.
after. Yeah, him, Bilbo, Frodo, and somebody else from the books. Yeah, they all like sail off to the Undying Lands of the Elves, never to be seen again.
I gotta read Lord of the Rings.
Have you never read Lord of the Rings before?
No.
Oh my god!
Because
Lord
I
of the
started
Rings-
off with The Hobbit and I didn't like it.
Oh no, you got to. I mean, Lord of the Rings. I mean, he invented elves, like dwarves, all that shit. Like that's all from him. Like he's the OG writer of sci-fi and fantasy. Lord of the Rings is fantastic. The only thing that will kind of throw you off is there's a lot of singing and like ballads and stuff that the characters are singing, and you're just reading it and you're like, what the fuck? But other than that, fantastic. Like there's so much depth in books. Then the appendices in the back, they tell you the bloodlines of everyone in the book back like 30 generations. They have like the alphabet for all the languages.
Just I got into the Dragonlance shit and the Dungeons and Dragons, I feel like it was all kind of explained to me already, so I don't really need anything more.
Yeah, I've never read any Dungeons and Dragons stuff. I heard the movie was badass. Came out like a month ago.
I just read something about they didn't want to have a fat dragon in it, so they.
Oh no. They had to put a black lesbian dragon in. So one of my friends, his wife is like, I don't know, like a third, fourth grade teacher, like young kids, like, you know. And she was telling him that like 70% of the kids now say that they're like gay or bi or like trans, or like, you know what I'm saying? Just like pick a random adjective. And she's like, dude, they're like fucking 10-year-olds. She said, it's super fucking weird. She said that's like what you gotta do to be cool nowadays. I'm like, oh, when I was in school, to be cool, you had to like play football.
You had to do not that.
Yeah, you had to like drink beer on the weekends.
Just never say you're gay and you're all right.
Yeah, pretty much. Talk about how much you love pussy every day. Like, everyone.
Fucking figs.
Yeah. And she said like half the kids, like, she's asked them. Like,
We're gonna
"Oh,
start
you know what
making
that
fun of
means?"
them for saying they're gay now. Like that's how we
Half-
kept all this gay back in the day. And that's out of hand.
Well, she said like half of them don't even know what any of those words mean. Like if she'll ask them, she's like, okay, well, and they have no idea what it means. They just like hear it on TV, and that it's supposed to be cool.
Well, let me see you put your dick in your friend's butt right now. Go ahead.
I think you'd go straight to prison. You're like a third grade teacher. They'd be like,
Can't say he was gay. I want to see him prove it.
just tell a kid, prove it. I don't even think you're even gay. I think you're straight. Kid starts crying. I'm not.
You're just a plain Jane cis male. That is so good. Oh my
Make
god.
them cry. I bet you kiss girls, don't you? Kid starts crying. No, I don't.
Hey, I like cock.
I used to
You don't
call
got-
people, when I was in the military all the time, we used to call people straight fags. Straight fag, but you go home and kiss your wife, don't you? Fucking disgusting. You got in trouble for that part of that. Calling somebody a straight fag is apparently not acceptable.
Straight up legit fag.
I mean, at the end of the day, people should do whatever makes them happy, but like, I don't know. I feel like it's gone off the fucking rails nowadays.
Say fuck him right in the pussy.
But do you remember, like, 10, 15 years ago, they were first trying to, like, let gay people get married, and everyone's thing was, well, if you
Yeah.
let people do that, they're going to, like, want to marry
Slippery
their
slope.
refrigerator. Yeah, and, like, people are going to be marrying, like, their dogs next. Some state apparently was voting on whether it's legal or not to marry inanimate objects. And I was like, oh, my God, those crazy people were right. Well, honestly, I think people should not get married. There's nothing wrong with that. But, yeah, I just thought that argument people used, people were like, that's so stupid. And then you see, like, I don't know.
People are so stupid.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I think life is just too easy. It's like the first time ever you can like, get everything you need from like the store. You don't really have to like.
We need some strife.
Yeah, for real. I really do think like when life is too easy, people like come up with their own fake problems. It's like they say, I can't remember what the statistic was. It's like a mental health thing that like over 65% of people say they have or suffer from depression. And like scientists, it's like probably because nobody actually has anything to really worry about. Like, you know, I think that makes total sense.
I feel like I have no purpose in life. It's because everything's easy.
Right? I mean, do you need a purpose though? Like, I like playing video games, watching TV, you know, doing regular stuff. Like, I don't know if I need a purpose per se.
What is my purpose?
To install Internet Explorer.
Isn't Chrome supposed to be like terrible now? Or they like changed something? I kept seeing on YouTube, everyone's like, get rid of Chrome. I still haven't. I haven't noticed any difference.
Chrome is for straight fags.
Bet you kiss girls, don't you, fag? Honestly, I can't think of anything gayer than kissing a girl. That's disgusting.
I like kissing girls.
Ooh, that you do, fat.
I actually like it better than sex. I thought it was more intimate. Right on her face, you can smell their breath.
Lick on her nose a little bit. Get a little nose lick while you're there. So,
Gotcha.
get a booger coming out. I'd get it for you, babe.
Gotcha nose.
Like a fucking what are those lizards with? Oh no, he couldn't handle the truth. What are those lizards with shoot their like tongues out like a bunch of
Chameleons.
It's chameleon that shit right out there. Boom.
What's
I think
it's not the chameleon.
I think it is.
I think it's
Chameleon's
both. What's the one that people keep as pets? They're just
it's
regular big
chameleons.
lizards that don't change colors or anything.
Like bearded dragons or something
Like
that.
that, but it's different name.
I don't know. I think getting a pet lizard would be cool, but I'm always afraid that he might not actually like you, like picking them up. And
Iguana.
Iguanas will fuck you up. I've watched some videos of iguanas like places fucking people up.
I think chameleons got the curly tongue that whips out and it snatches and whips back, curls back up.
I want one of those. There's a YouTube channel the dude has one. He has mantis shrimp. They're those shrimp that like punch shit at like the speed of sound or something like
You
that.
can see like
Yeah,
19 different primary colors or something like that.
Yeah, and he puts stuff in its tank, and you can watch it punch other stuff and then eat it to death. But it's fucking pretty sick. But yeah, it's like it looks like an oil slick. It's like all those weird iridescent colors. But yeah, even if he puts his like finger on the glass, it will immediately try to get him. Like it's fucking it's in attack mode all the time.
Just notice this kick thing says my bit rate is too high. It should be less than 9,000.
Ooh, do they